What is going on? A strange feeling washes over you. It feels as though space nearby is warping slightly. Proceed with caution. Yo, what's good? Welcome back to episode number 26 of the HeartGold Ultra Nuzlocke. Last time, you guys, we faced Erica. Well, last time, we unexpectedly faced Jasmine down in Fuchsia. We rounded things up by getting all the encounters we missed. And when we went to leave Fuchsia, we basically got jumped by Jasmine and battled her. Then Whitney turned up. That was great. We went up the cycling path up to Cerulean here, and then we got jumped by fucking Gardenia too. However, not properly, thankfully, because in the end she didn't battle me. She just spoke with me and ended up giving me rock climb. And then I finished off by facing Erica. So this episode, the goal is to travel up north to Cerulean and face Misty. I suppose it depends. Assuming nothing else really comes up, then Misty. But there may be something. We'll just have to see, because there is the whole power plant thing too. That is obviously just involved in Misty's gym in general. You need to go and sort that out before you can even take on the gym. So I do have to do that too, but that shouldn't be too long. All you have to do is go over to the power plant, back to Cerulean, and do the whole little mini thing there. So we'll see, but basically the goal is to get to Misty. At least that's the assumed goal. Don't take it at face value, because just like we had to face Jasmine last episode, you never know. You truly never know. I could go to walk out of town right now and Whitney could pop up and battle me for all I know. I don't know. So let me just check. Okay, everything's fine. Leading with Helios is fine. Let me just make our way. I guess what I'm going to do, I'm not going to bother with Rock Tunnel for now. I'll look into it later, and if it turns out there is something that makes Rock Tunnel worth it, I can backtrack and go there for said thing. However, for now, I'm pretty sure I can just come up here, right? Yeah, there's nothing stopping you. All these things are open in Gen 2 or the remakes. It's not like, obviously, in Gen 1 where they have to section things off as much. So first order of business, I guess, is to get an encounter here, which will be, what, Route 5? I know this route. This is where the daycare normally is, and you can get Meowth here and stuff, I think. What can I get? Can I get something good? Let's hope I have Ultra Balls too. I can't remember. Pachirisu. I don't dislike this Pokemon. It's kind of cute, but it's not good. And I know you don't need to go on about the whole world thing. I get it. But just being realistic, it's not actually a good Pokemon. But I do like it. Immediately missed Thunder Wave, by the way. Just first turn, missed it. I don't know what it is. My accuracy, to be fair, in this game has been a problem since day one. But when it comes to these status moves, Thunder Wave and especially Will-O-Wisp, despite the fact that they're 90 and 85% accurate respectively, I miss them all the time. Oh yeah, by the way, I picked up 5 Quick Balls from the Mega Mart thing in Celadon. Quick Balls are, anyone who's turned to Quick Balls knows they are actually legitimately one of the goats of Pokeballs. If you throw one first turn, within reason, most things will get caught. I didn't throw a Quick Ball because I forgot. This would be a perfect Quick Ball thing. Obviously, if it's like a legendary or, something with an insane catch rate, you're not just going to catch it in a Quick Ball. We could. You probably aren't. But if it's a regular Pokemon, you will probably just catch it immediately in a Quick Ball. Quick Balls are the goats. I'm going to call you Bocce. You don't fit. The name doesn't make sense for either Bocce, Hittery Bocce or Goto Bocce. But still, the name just came to me for some reason. Just know that the Bocce reference isn't like a real reference. The name just came to me in that moment, but it's not like it makes any sense, is what I'm trying to say. Fortunately, I just remembered within a good amount of time that I never came back and got my encounter over here on, is it 18? 16. Otherwise, I would have had to backtrack all the way out to Celadon again in the future if I wanted to come get this encounter, and that would be a pain, So thankfully I remembered, so I'll just quickly come back. Who's actually in here? Isn't this where the Fly House was in Gen 1? We cruise down Cycling Road, Fuchsia. Hello, would you like to hear a trendy saying? What's a trendy saying then? What's he gonna say? Anything for you to say would be streaming. I mean, kind of. That's weird because that's almost kind of correct. But then, I mean, I guess streaming is technically still trendy. So he actually managed to say something legitimate. I thought I was just going to get some absolute random bullshit, because I think it normally is. What do I get for route 16? I get a Machop. I will look for another Pokemon. I could get a new Michael. Look at him stood like that, bro. Bro said he's from Michael. But then, I don't know. It's like how I have Dobu the Infernape, but I don't really want to use him because we've already had Bobu. And I don't know, it just feels weird. Even if you have a Pokemon that you really like and then you lose it. For me, I don't want to catch another one and use it because it's not the original. And I don't know, it just feels kind of weird and almost kind of cheap to just pull out another version of the same Pokemon since you lost yours. Oh, Cacnea. Okay, I like that. I like that. To be honest, for whatever reason, I have always had kind of issues with grass types in this game. I don't know if do I have another grass type in the box? To be honest with you, I don't really remember, but I've had an issue with them dying and catching them. So any grass type backup is actually really appreciated in case I need to use it in the future. Fortunately, I feel okay. Cacturne, I feel like is one of those Pokemon that needs something. Whether it's a massive stat buff, whether it's a Mega Evolution, whether it's an actual evolution, it does need something. And to be fair, now I'm saying this out loud, for all I know, there could be a Mega Cacturne in Pokemon ZA. I just haven't finished the game yet. Or it could be in the DLC. So I'm saying this, but it could already have a Mega. But outside of that, it needs a buff. It needs a buff. The typing is annoying. Grass Dark, obviously we had 2 Grass Darks in that generation. We had Shiftry as well. And I don't know, it's a cool typing. For some reason, I don't know why, I like the typing. Like, I find it a cool typing. But it is also a bit, like, weak, typing-wise. And you're quad weak to Bug. And you're weak to Fighting, weak to Poison, weak to Flying, weak to Fire. Like, you're weak to a lot of different stuff. But that all said, though, it's not like I dislike it. I actually do quite like Cacturne, and I'm quite fond of it. It's one of those kind of nostalgic feeling Gen 3 Pokemon. I will say as well, you know, when they had the Terra Leak stuff that all came out, I don't know whether it was old concept art or old ideas for Cacturne or whatever it was, but that shit was horrifying, bro. They were going to have some like real horrifying designs in Gen 3, and their original Cacturne concept or whatever it was actually insane. Talk to everyone in the town. Yet again, there isn't really much here. Some of these things, like this house here, right, just says there's one dude in it there. And all he says is, are you collecting Kanto gym badges? And then that's it. I thought there was something coming. He just asked that, one sentence, and that's it. That's the entire house. Kind of pointless. Okay, Route 4. Let me get my encounter here. I think the encounter's up north, I'll say for now. A Wobbuffet. Oh, God. I mean, this is useless, but at the same time, dupes again. If I find a Wynot or a Wobbuffet in the future, at least I don't have to catch it. But yeah, I'll save all the encounters up north because I'm going to be going that way. Okay, then. What is this thing's catch rate? Because you're level 7, so I can't do anything. You immediately poison me too. That's great. And I miss. What a surprise. Okay, there we go. 5 or 6 Ultra Balls and a Quick Ball wasted on this piece of shit. I just don't want to run into one again, and I know for a fact I will. Anyway, as I'm trying to say before I get distracted, I'm not going to bother going up north, basically. There's 2 or 3, maybe even 4, I think 3 encounters that you can get up there, going up that way. But after going to the power plant, I'm coming back and going up that way anyway, so I'll just get the encounters as I go back up there. Well, with that said then, I mean, if there's no one in the town and I'm not going to go up north yet, then I may as well just go to the power plant. There's only one route between it anyway, so it shouldn't take too long. I just realized I still have Need with me. And then maybe there's cut bushes along here. It definitely was back in Gen 1, but I cannot remember for the life of me whether there is in this game. We'll see. Either way, I can take... Who was it though, Box? Was it Cosmos? I can take Cosmos back out in a minute anyway. Charizard 53. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to Crab Hammer and I'm going to kill you. Why do you outspeed? I forget how slow Helios actually is. I know that it's my worst stat, but I am actually really slow with this Pokemon. It's crazy. One thing that I want to talk about. Again, it's annoying because I have these topics, right? And I have the same one I wanted to talk about from last episode. But yet again, I may be kind of low on time to be doing that. Now that I think about it, maybe I can manage it. We'll see. But one thing I want to talk about first is, as you can see, it's evening time right now. I was trying to get my trainer battle first. Oh, okay. Umbreon's actually a really good Pokemon to have. I know I've told this a few times before, but my first ever Soul Link I did with my friend was a Platinum Soul Link, and because we wanted to start with Gen 4, since we both like Gen 4. And my starter was a Umbreon, and I've never used an Umbreon before, pretty much ever properly before. And I started with an Umbreon, which I called Rory. But Rory, I have two really good... Oh, can I not go back? I have to go around. I have two dedicated female names for Umbreon, being Rory and Luca, and I love both those names so much. Didn't have a male one, so I had to come up with one there. But the annoying thing is, all evolutions, as far as I'm aware, have only like a 12%, I think, is it? 12.5% rate of being female. So when I get one, it's mostly going to be male, but I never have good male names for evolutions. That's the problem. It's not, you know, I say problem, it's, you know, not a serious problem. I just mean that, like, whenever it happens, like, then I don't have to think of them. I had the same thing with Plat. That's the thing with Plat too. Obviously, Plat was a male because they're almost always going to be. If anything, I'm surprised when I had Rory in the Soul Link I did, I'm surprised I got a female Umbreon as my starter. Normally, if you wanted a female evolution of some sort, like say it was your starter, you'd have to reset for it or something. Because funnily enough, I think starters are the same, right? As far as I'm aware, you have a 12% chance for a female starter. And I think they had that since the beginning, and then they just sort of like kept that as a thing that keeps going, and now it's always been a thing, which is annoying. Sometimes when, for example, when Gen 9 came out, I had a Sprigatito name in mind, but it was a female name, so I had to reset for a female one. I mean, I make it sound like it's worse than it is. It is a 12% chance, so it's not going to take you that long. You should get it within, you know, 8 to 10 resets. Okay, let me go heal quick before we progress any further. Okay, maybe I made a cut there. I just want to be clear. It is another day. You can probably see anyway, because I believe when I was recording last time, it was like evening time. Now it's daytime. Pretty much, I mean, I'd already been saying about the context. I'd been up for, in the end, I ended up being up for like 48 hours, but that was the evening time. Obviously, like I said, I'd already been up for a full day, stayed up all night, and then was up all day. And that was in like the second evening that I was recording that first part of this episode. And eventually, I did just hit a point after it really kicked in around when I was catching the Umbreon last time, just how tired I was. I'd reached this point where I really just wanted to finish recording this episode on that day, but I just couldn't do it. The tiredness killed me, man. I could not do a whole episode under those conditions, so I just had to tap out in the end. But it's okay, because we're here, A, and B, for anyone watching, it doesn't matter anyway, because the cut can be instant. It's just the difference is for me, it can throw me off a bit. I do hate how many episodes I have to record in multiple parts, because it means that sort of like my thoughts end up going all over the place. I normally have a general thought process, things I'm talking about, things I want to say, and then it all gets messed up because it's all across different days and stuff. I really have no idea what I was talking about. I think last time I was just still talking about, yes, I was just talking about my current situation. Because as I said, I had been up for 40 in the end. Not by then, but in the end, I'd been up like 48 hours. So the situation was a little bit insane, but that's over now. The problem is there was something else I wanted to talk about. And thankfully, oh, this thing completely walls me. This is like one of those Pokemon where I have a diverse moveset to an extent, but I just cannot touch it. Actually, you know, let me test this. No, it's going to waste my berry. It's going to waste my berry. Do not do that. I just let this thing Hydro Cannon me in the rain. There's no way this kills, though. There's literally no way. Oh, I was thinking it had to be a crit. I didn't know Sharpedo was going to hit that hard on the special side. I'm going to be quite honest. I know I had the rain up, and I know it's Hydro Cannon. There's a crit. I know it's Hydro Cannon, but still, Sharpedo, if you don't know, is not a very bulky, a very specially offensive Pokemon. And so I thought, oh, I'll be fine, even in the rain. Clearly not. Do not let me have that. Okay, let me get this on. That was a misconception, maybe. Or maybe not even that. It's just a Hydro Cannon in the rain coming from any water type. I think it's going to hit like a truck. Anyway, yeah, I have a topic in mind. I'm trying to think of different topics so that in these gaps between things, I have something to talk about. Or not have something to talk about. I could just yap on forever about various things if I wanted to. But it's cool to have like a topic to have a stream of thought on during episodes, because I think I've said about this before, but Kanto is like, you have these gyms and stuff, but between them, you just have all these routes. It's kind of the same in any game. Oh, it's minimizing. Kind of the same in any Pokemon game, but especially in Kanto, it just feels like you're basically just going between all the gyms, but you do obviously have all these routes between them. If I miss one more time, I'm going to magnet bombing it. Yep. I'm magnet bombing. This is what I was talking about having magnet bomb for. Fuck you, dude. Actually, you know what? Let me just quickly, since I have need, cut through here. Can I get to the gym? Pokemon Center? I can. Okay, perfect. But yeah, the issue is that for some reason, it just feels like at the moment, these routes aren't long enough, and by the time I can finally begin the conversation, I just don't have time. The perfect case was when I was going between Lavender and Fuchsia. There you have a few routes, and I had long enough to basically get all of my thoughts out on like 2 different topics, I think, and that was perfect. But now I'm in this awkward bit where it just feels like I don't... Oh my god, my berry's gone. I knew it was going to be wasted on something not useful eventually. I'll have to find something else for Helios in a second. Very annoying, very annoying. And what's even more annoying is the fact that shit keeps happening, doesn't let me finish what I'm trying to say. So no matter what happens right now, unless Helios dies, I'm going to finish what I'm trying to say because it's annoying me. Yeah, good luck doing that. I'm already off on a tangent. I think I genuinely have problems. All I'm trying to say is I have a couple topics in mind, but now I think I'm just not really going to have the chance. I'm not even going to try and start it because I'm just thinking logically. I'm about to, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 more trainers, and then there's the power plant stuff, and then it's all story-based stuff. Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of a route above Nugget Bridge, but that's it, and that won't be enough either. So the actual longer topic of conversation I have in mind, I'm not even going to bother starting today. I can tell you what it is. It was vaguely about nostalgia. It's a little bit more focused than that though. Nostalgia is the overarching topic because I think I have some very interesting things I want to say about it. People's, not reaction, people's, I don't know the right word to even express it. The way people handle nostalgia and things that they are nostalgic about, I guess is the only way I can even think to explain what I'm trying to say. I feel like that's going to do a lot of damage. Okay, that was not bad. Let me protect and see if it wants to go for something stronger. Thunder again. I live unless it's a crit, but is it worth it? Unfortunately for you, you can't use 2-turn moves against me because I have protect, so they will never go off. Oh my god, that move goes through protect. I'm an idiot. Thank god it's physical. I completely forgot that that's like one of those very few moves that can do that. But yeah, the overarching topic is about nostalgia, but it's about, I have a more specific thing to do with nostalgia in mind. It's just that, I guess, is the kind of thing in general that I'm talking about in regards to a certain thing. One of the scariest things to me, this is something similar, but I can talk about this because it isn't really going to be involved in the topic. Similar, but not the same thing because it's not nostalgia. It's just about time itself. Time at the moment seems to be passing extremely quickly, at least from my perspective. And they do say, you know, each year you get older, it's going to keep getting faster and faster and faster. And I get that. But this year in particular, this year's actually a really weird one. I don't know the general consensus of whether people consider this year to have passed fast or not. And again, it will vary on age too, 100%. When you're younger, like when you're really young, time doesn't pass super fast. But then the older you get, it passes more. There's theories on it, like each year, you know, the older you get, you know, say you're 10 years old, right? 1 year is 1/10 of your entire life you've lived. That's a lot from your perspective. But once you're 30, each year is only a 30th of your whole life that you've lived already. And so the year doesn't feel like that much to you anymore and the time just passes. I go by that theory anyway. I don't think it's confirmed, but that's how I see things. But anyway, for me, this year feels like it went super quick. But then at the same time, when I think back to specific January things, it feels like it's taken a while. The biggest example I can think of is Marvel Rivals. I've spoken briefly about this game before, and I used to speak about it a lot in the beginning 10 episodes of this series that I recorded back in January, funnily enough. And back in January and February, I was talking about it because the game was new and I was playing it a lot. It came out in last December, literally like a year ago. And yeah, like in January was when the game was still in Season 0. And then sometime in January, it changed to Season 1, but they added Invisible Woman and stuff. That feels like a very long time ago to me, all the way back in January. And the beginning of this series, I started recording this series the second day of the year. It was like January 2nd or something, or maybe even January 3rd. I don't know. It was basically New Year. Wait, I'm still in Route 9, right? I think I am. I think it changes to Route 10 somewhere. Oh, Route 10 here. Oh, I didn't really... I'll take it, I guess. I kind of wanted to get the grass encounter, but it's fine. I'm going to call you. Well, actually, let me think for a second whether there's an actual name I can give you. You know what? I was going to give a kind of a silly name, which is kind of multi-layered, and also no one would ever be able to understand where the fuck the name possibly came from unless I told them. But I have someone in my life. I've never been someone who watched, say the full thing, watched Gura or Galgura, whatever you want to say. I never really watched her because there's only, I don't know, there's only a few VTubers I've ever watched even slightly. And even then, I've never been the biggest VTuber person. But yeah, I do have someone in my life who, was a big Gura fan before she unfortunately retired. Wasn't that this year? Okay, maybe this year did seem a bit long because that feels like a long time ago as well. Either way, Shark, so it makes sense, right? I went with an actual name for once. This is still Route 10. I wanted to wait for the grass, so what would I have got if I waited for the grass? I kind of wish I waited for the grass. That's what I wanted to do, and I was actually going to put up a rappel, but as soon as it said Route 10, I immediately got an encounter. God, I would have loved to have a Roserade, bro. This is one of those Pokemon I really like. I think Roserade is super cool, but I never get a chance to use one, you know? That's a shame. Okay, anyway, I mean, we're here at the power plant now, so let's see what's going on. Sorry's power plant is mostly off limits due to a recent incident of... Oh? Hey, here we go. Oh, Champion Army. It's nice. Wait, what do I have to do here? Do I have to talk to this guy or do I have to talk to the other guy? I don't remember. Oh, Champion Army. It's nice to get to meet you in person. I'm not sure what you're doing out here, but I'll give you... Yeah, that is a weird thing that I'm kind of just out here because I don't think... No one's even told me to come out here. So why am I out here? Surely they would be like, why are you here? I don't know what you're doing out here, but I'll give you permission to bypass the current area restrictions going on. So this place has mostly come to a screeching halt since the robbery. Well, I'm not surprised that someone robbed this place when you let people just walk in like it's nothing. But anyway, the mood in this place is heavy. I hope we can resolve this incident soon enough so I can get back home. Okay, so I guess maybe I also need to speak to someone else. Probably that guy. Do you have a Loudred? No. Combee? Bro, hell no. Unless I'm allowed to reset until I get a female one. Then maybe. Vespiquen would be super cool to use. When did I use one? I did something. I don't think it was one of the Soul Links. I think it was a Nuzlocke I did. I used a Vespiquen. One time I got the chance to, and I really loved it. I'm ready to blast something. Who would dare steal a part from the generator? I spent so much time fixing it. If I catch him, he's going to see what I can do with my Zap Cannon. I'm assuming... I mean, he didn't say anything. I'm assuming that triggered some kind of flag. I don't know. Oh, this is interesting, actually. I didn't even think about this. This power plant had been abandoned in the past. We got it back up and... Oh, okay. Yeah, because in original Gen 1, obviously this power plant was completely abandoned. Zapdos was just chilling in here. How the fuck do you get Zapdos in this game then? Articuno was still in Seafoam. Moltres is in Mount Silver. Where did they put Zapdos? Oh, I think they just put him outside. That's kind of fucking lame. They could have found somewhere cool or like made somewhere new to put Zapdos. That's the kind of thing I would want. If you're going to do this, you're going to change the power plant, right? It means you can't have Zapdos here anymore. Makes sense. Don't just put him just outside. This is the perfect chance to make some small, cool little new area, like you have the power plant hidden down here, and put Zapdos there and it could have a whole thing for it. I thought that the power plant and the whole Zapdos thing was like the coolest shit ever. When I was super, super young, playing Fire Red, and I found the power plant down here, it was like some hidden place in Gen 1. Because the only way you'd find it is if you happen to surf in that one spot and go around. And obviously, to surf here, you don't get surf till fuchsia. So if you're going to surf here, then you need to backtrack or remember that there's water here. Most kids aren't going to do that, right? They're not going to. So most kids don't know or wouldn't have known that the power plant was even there. To be honest, I don't remember the first time I discovered it. I don't remember how or why I did. But I definitely did because I remember going there and seeing Zapdos. And that's why Zapdos for the longest time when I was a kid was my favorite one. And I feel like in current day has gone back to probably being my favorite one. It's flip-flop between Articuno and Zapdos. And I did like Articuno for a really long time. And I still do. But I feel like I've now gone back to loving Zapdos again probably the most. I think Zapdos is super fucking cool. And yeah, discovering the power plant in Gen 1 in Fire Red Leaf Green was like the coolest shit ever. Zapdos just chilling there and stuff. Oh my god, it's so cool, bro. Just a little thing. Not anything to go crazy about because it's just some hidden off area. But I love hidden areas in games like this. Like especially in Pokemon. I want more areas like that I have to backtrack or secret bits to find like that. I love that because more than half the people who play these games literally just breeze through, just rush through. And so they miss these things. And then they want to give their opinion on the games like, oh, the game doesn't have this, the game doesn't have that. Well, bro, how about you consider the fact that you rushed through the game and didn't even do any content, didn't engage with anything, didn't find anything? That's a topic for another time. But anyway, finding it was super cool. It was just some hidden little area, not anything crazy, but it was super cool. And it does kind of suck that this area was then used as a story point like this in Gen 2. I do kind of fuck with how they've revamped it and started using it again. I think it's cool in concept. It's just what was once a cool hidden area is now reduced to somewhere you have to go. And in that sense, it sucks. Anyway, massive tangent, but also it does kind of make sense because they've used it to show, oh, we need to get more power back in the region again to power this new magnet train thing they have, which is how you get between Johto and Kanto on the train. That's cool. Makes sense. I don't know. I just kind of preferred it being some cool hidden area. Oh, here we go. So maybe I just have to step so far. I don't know. I don't know how this event works, but it worked. It triggered anyway. I just got word from Cerulean. It appears that a shady character has been loitering around. Oh, Champion Army. I wouldn't ask for you to drop what you're doing to help, since I can imagine how busy you must be. But who we believe to be the suspect has been sighted in Cerulean. If you see such a character on your travels over that way, we would greatly appreciate your cooperation in apprehending them. For now, I've radioed in the closest squad to investigate, so hopefully it'll be over before you're even in the area. Stay safe. Okay, cool. So that has now started that, and I mean, that text was definitely different because I don't think he says much to you normally, if anything. Does he normally say anything to you? I can't remember now. It's been too long since I've played. I'm thinking now that maybe he just goes over to that guy, speaks to him, and says what he says. We spotted someone in Cerulean, and then he just goes back to where he's standing. If that is the case, I'm not going to criticize too heavily because I cannot remember for sure whether that was the case. But I do want to say, if that is the case, that fucking sucks. Just simply on the merit that, like, okay, it's going to sound like I'm nitpicking, but just hear what I have to say at least, okay? If that is the case, and the guy just walks up, right, and it's said near you, and then he doesn't say anything to you and walks away, the whole power plant thing doesn't make sense. Because, obviously, there was changed text about him saying to me, hey, oh, you know, it's you. I know who you are. Obviously, they would know who I am. I'm going to let you bypass restrictions and come into the power plant. Makes sense. Then you speak to the guy. Again, he doesn't really say anything of note. He just says, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy who took our generator part. And then you walk out. It's indirectly said, oh, we spotted some guy in Cerulean, and then that's it. That kind of sucks because A, you just sort of walk into the power plant unannounced without saying anything. They don't act like they know who you are. They don't talk to you like they know who you are. You then walk up. They indirectly say to someone else they've spotted someone, and then you have to go and sort it out. But you're just some random person who's walked in there without any kind of acknowledgement about who you are. Why is there not super tight-knit security that as soon as you step in there, you're questioned on who you are, and then you explain yourself? At least in this version, A, the guy acknowledges, oh, you know, the police guy acknowledges, oh, I know who you are, you're the champion, well, of Johto at least, and I'm going to let you bypass that and come in. And then when you leave, he also speaks to you and says, hey, you know, I'm not going to request you do this, but I know you're strong, and if you're going to, you know, be back in Cerulean at any point soon, please can you help? If you see the guy, can you apprehend him? Because now when I go and I apprehend him, which is what I have to do right now, it makes a ton more sense. At least I was spoken to about it, and it all makes more sense because I shouldn't just normally be able to just walk in there unquestioned when a robbery just happened, and then they don't even directly tell me to help, but I'm expected to go help. That whole thing makes no fucking sense. Okay, you know what? I'm going to... Do I check the Pokemon I caught now, or do I just go and catch the last couple? I'll go check the others at a different time, like after I catch them and come back. I believe I checked these in the end. Just from you. Pachirisu, Bocce. Oh yeah, Bocce. I remember this. It makes no sense. Marvel Scale. It's cool. Okay moves. We have Early Bird, Cacnea, Whiskey. Does have Power Whip, is pretty good. We have, of course, Brawl, the Wobbuffet that we got, which is never going to be used, unfortunately, but got it for dupes. We have Shinsuke, Umbreon, does have Dark Pulse and Dragon Rush and Payback. Those are pretty decent moves. I would be happy to use an Umbreon. if I need a slot on the team, Dark type is a type we don't have. Very, very bulky Pokemon. If I can get like Toxic on it or Burn on it would be amazing. Last one, at least we got Gura that we just caught. Does have knockoff. That's good. And Brick Break. I doubt I'll ever need another water type unless I'm... Yeah, you know what? I really don't think I would need it. But for whatever reason, say I need to pick up this Sharpedo to be. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, I could put Waterfall on too. Wait, Waterfall knockoff with Brick Break on Sharpedo. That'd be pretty good. That'd be really good. Okay, I've picked Cosmos back up. But real quick, just before I step into the gym and activate this new event, just clicked with me. I never did the wheel after Erica. I'm sorry. I know I am how many? 12, I believe. 12 gyms deep in this game. And I'm still forgetting my own rule about spinning the wheel after each gym. My bad. I'm a forgetful dumbass a lot of the time. And also, I was on strict time constraints too in the Erica episode. So forgive me, please. But I will be switching over and doing that now in the spirit of fairness. I was considering just leaving it until after Misty. That seems a little bit unfair. So I'm just going to do it now. Okay, I'm here. So let's just jump straight into this. I really have no preference on what I get. I just want something decent. Obviously not die. Definitely not die. But this... Oh, okay. Is that what we're going to be? Max EVs? Okay. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay. I don't know who I'm going to do. But I'll figure this out right now. In a second, I'll come back and show you what I have done. Alright, guys. So, it's all sorted. When I looked at my team, I realized something. Usually... Or not, not all the time, but a lot of the time, what ends up happening is when I get something like this, like I've got the Max Ivy thing, or now with the Eevee thing, I think, who do I think deserves it based off who has been here for a long time, who I've built a connection with? And the unfortunate thing is, since we've got the Kanto, we've already had a decent amount of deaths, and beyond that, it's not even just been like, a certain Pokemon dies, I replace them, then they die, then I replace them, then they die. So it's that same slot leaving. Every single Pokemon, apart from Roxy, was not on this team in Johto. Since I've reached Kanto, all of these have been added, caught, or just added to the team, really. None of these are like I even had in the Elite Four or anything. And I know I purposely took off Uvu out of not necessity, but being smart. So it's not like Uvu died, but all of these people are relatively new, is what I'm trying to say. I like all of them, but they're all relatively new. So I think, okay, can't go based on that, so what do I do? The next thing I can do is try and be smart and think about who will be the best in this situation. So what I ended up thinking was, we're about to be facing Misty, well, hopefully this episode, since her gym is right here. The only thing I have is Cosmos. Juck is good. I mean, Juck is good offensively against Misty, but doesn't resist water. Ton, obviously bad. Now, neutral. Helios, kind of neutral, but also water resist steel. I can only hit with Psycho Cut because Crab Hammer and Metal Bomb are resisted. Metal Bomb? Magnet Bomb. Jesus, okay. Magnet Bomb's resisted, Crab Hammer's resisted. All I can do is Psycho Cut. Roxy is obviously already maxed because I gave her first priority on the Eevee and the Ivy thing. So that leaves Cosmos, who is good against water, resists water, perfect against a water type trainer. So I took the EVs, gave her some extra ones that she was missing, spread them out in a way that I liked. And this are the results as followed. We are now a bit bulkier in our defenses and our HP. Obviously have some more attack and a little bit more speed. So very good all around. It's not the biggest buff in the world, of course, but it is something at the very least. Let me get Cosmos up first. No. Let me finish and get... I can't speak English today. Let me finish getting Juck up to level 69 first, and then I'll swap and do Cosmos next. Where am I going? I'm meant to be going to the gym. Very quickly, before I start this Team Rocket thing, let me just double check that I definitely have everything I need. Okay, we're all good to go. I restocked on Pokeballs. I restocked on any potions I needed. We're all good. Let's just start this. I mean, I don't think he battles me here, right? Oh, God. Jesus. He just stood on the pool? I only got to see that for a split second. I swear to God that man was stood on the pool before he ran at me. Maybe I'm tripping. I'll have to see him post when I edit this, but... I'll have to get like a live replay in slow-mo going. I'm just making it hard for future editing me. He's gonna curse me out. But anyway. No, this is the foreign guy, right? Oh, I guess not in this game. This was the foreign guy, usually, as far as I remember. Who the hell are you? I'm walking here. Get out of the way now. Oh no. It's you. You're the one who... Why now? Why here? Oh, that's right. Wait. First of all, yes, his reaction makes sense because, of course, I'm going to be known to any Team Rocket person. Out of anyone, the two people that Team Rocket should know most of all is me and Red. So his reaction makes sense. He should be freaking out upon seeing me. This is another thing. Call it nitpicking if you will, but allow me to have my criticisms. I have an amendum to this, but I will still want to say about this after. You are the one who took down the whole radio tower thing in Johto. You even beat Archer yourself. You beat Archer, you beat Ariana, you beat Proton, and you beat Petrel. Oh my god, I want you to know, it just took me like 2 minutes of sitting here, and I'm not exaggerating, thinking, all that kept coming to mind was Proton. And then I thought of Gustavo. I don't know what the fuck is going on in my head. Petrel. You beat Petrel twice, you beat Ariana twice, Proton twice, and Archer. And on top of that, in this game, it was all a distraction. That is something you'll have to go and watch yourself if you don't know. But it was a different context in this. You beat them, yes, but you didn't really win. However, in the normal Pokemon games, Team Rocket are back. The radio tower thing, I don't even really fully understand what the fuck their plan was. It was never going to go anywhere. But either way, I guess, I mean, in a way, they were signaling back to Giovanni as well, right? That they were back. Either way, the plan was kind of shitty in the original games, but you defeat all of them. You take it down, and that's it. You have beat Team Rocket again. So to Team Rocket people, you should be known on the same level as Red. Really, like, you're not. And I do think, and this is the amendment I wanted to make, this guy, I think, hadn't actually heard about that whole thing with Archer. Because I think you have to tell him that, oh, by the way, you know, that whole thing in Johto is done with. I took it down. And he goes, what? Archer got defeated. So credit where credit's due. This specific NPC, Team Rocket person, I don't think knew. But in general, it's like they just don't want you to have a name for yourself. In the same way that no one seems to truly recognize that you're a fucking champion, for fuck's sake, of all things. It's the same thing as that. And I just don't like that type of thing. Whereas I like this guy's immediately recognizing me and going, oh fuck, you know, why the fuck are you here? Because that should be the reaction. Why now? Why here? Look, let's not get off on the wrong foot here, okay? I'm not doing anything wrong. What, you're gonna see a guy loitering around somewhere in all black and just assume I'm some kind of criminal? Right, you have a big red R on your fucking chest. I know who you are. Don't profile me. Jesus Christ. I'm not fucking profiling anyone. You're wearing a uniform. You're as bad as those Kanto cops who've been following. I mean, oh my god, man. Nothing, okay? Please just get out of the way. I've got to go right now. Bro. Jesus. Can I? Well, I don't think you can. I don't think you can go and pick up the... I don't think you can go pick up the machine part until after you finish with all of the event. Because otherwise, you could just go fuck it up, basically. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's just up here on the bridge, right? Is he? Yeah. I think I have to battle him as well. A lead of Chuck. It's not going to be like a double battle or anything. At least it shouldn't be. Really? You again? What's an innocent happen to look like an associate of Team Rocket guy gotta do to get some privacy around here? I like this guy. Enough. I know exactly who you are and what you did. There we go. As you should. The word came straight to me after the radio tower incident since I was already stationed here. But it doesn't matter. Battle me now. Okay. Okay. I'm interested to see what he says. He said, well, oh, Nidoking. Okay. 6 Pokemon? Dude, that's why he normally has like 1 or 2. Oh well. It's good training for me anyway. I cannot... Oh, let's not do this, okay? Don't make me magnet bomb you. You know I will. Yeah, I'm interested to see what he has to say because he just said he learnt the news immediately. He heard about the whole radio tower thing when it happened. So why is he here? Presumably he stole a machine part, right? From what we've learned. So he still did that. There has to be something more to this because he's saying, A, he's here for a start. I didn't mean to click that. For a specific reason. He has to be. And B, you know, he's just saying, oh, well, you know, I know that it's over, but I don't care. There has to be more to this. There's obviously got to be some reason he's here and doing what he's doing, I would assume. So I'm interested to see what's going on with this entire thing. Because it is different. He's not like the foreign guy that he is in the regular games. Normally it's some foreign guy who, I don't know, the way he talks is kind of adorable because, again, he's meant to be from some other region. I think people theorize like Kalos or something, but Kalos didn't exist, so I don't think so. But yeah, he is like foreign and he's chasing, well, you're chasing him around and he's trying to you know, communicate with you and whatever, and then you tell him that the Arch is defeated. So this whole thing is different. Let me detect real quick because I just remembered. I'm pretty sure I faced a Gliscor that had Brave Bird recently. Thunderwave, okay. I'm fine then, I think. Morwile. Let me go into Ton. I may be in the rain, but it should still be maybe a 2-shot. Can I 2-shot a Morwile in the rain? It is only level 50 something. I'm sure I can do this, right? Still faster than me, by the way. A slow Pokemon who is 13 levels beneath me is still outspeeding me. That is how slow this thing actually is. I crit it. Although that does mean that I was going to do over half. That confirms it. Okay, so Ton 69 is only Cosmos, I think. I'm keeping my levels nice and even, which I actually really like. Oh, okay. Cannot go back to Cosmos. I'm going to go to Helios is a good option. I need to, okay. After this, if I can remember, I need to give Helios a new item. I lost my berry, my Cobra berry. Very annoying. Very, very annoying because it was to a fucking Tropius of all things. Oh, I would have lost it right now anyway. That did way more than I wanted it to. And I flinched. I wonder if I've spoken about it in this series. I feel like I did, but if I did, it was so long ago that I'm going to do it again. I flinched again. I'm as unlucky as ever. Tropius. I just said it that way. And that's to do with what I'm trying to say. That name annoys me because everyone says Tropius, right? When I was growing up and playing Gen 3, for the first however many years of my life, I always said Tropius. Always. And then, once I started going online, and especially, you know, getting into PokeTubing, you know, watching Pokemon YouTubers and stuff, they would always say Tropius. And then they said Tropius so much that I started saying Tropius. It's one of those things where when you overhear it that much, you start saying it yourself eventually. And the reason it annoys me is because, in my view, Tropius is what I always said, and Tropius is correct. Because obviously, the word that is based off for that Pokemon is tropical. So really, yeah, it should be Tropius to me. And that always sounded right. Everyone says Tropius, and now I've ended up saying Tropius. And now Tropius sounds weird to me, even though I always said that. And now I've been like psyoped out of saying Tropius, and I think it was correct the whole time. So now I'm trying to get back into saying Tropius again, because when I think about it, Tropius, saying it like Tropius just doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. And another thing that bothers me, one thing that really bothers me is, I didn't even know Politoed had Aftermath, I don't think. Okay, I need to try and remember that. I think I always called Medicham Medicham, and I flip-flopped my whole life between saying Medicham and Medicham. But I think I said Medicham mostly growing up. And there's a debate about that too, Medicham or Medicham. And the thing that annoys me is, even though people are technically somewhat on my side who argue for Medicham, that I hate this argument of course it's Medicham. CH is a ch noise like Medicham. It's not, you know, you say chuck, you don't say cuck. A crazy example. I didn't realize what I was about to say there. You know what I mean? That's not true. You're literally wrong. That's what I hate. I don't care if you're technically on my side. If the arguments you're making are wrong, I will still call you out for being wrong. Tell me. What are the different kinds of sciences, the main 3 kinds that you do like in school and stuff? Biology, physics, and is it chemistry? No, it's fucking chemistry, bro. You can have CH words in English that are like a k sound, like chemistry or chlorine or so many other things. CH can be like that noise too. So there is no good argument for Medicham over Medicham. For me, I don't think there's an argument unless it's referencing specific English words like Tropius and tropical. If it is, and I'm just not aware of what the word is, then fair enough. Because it must be what? Meditate and I don't know. I actually don't know. So maybe it is something. And if it is, then I would go off the actual how you pronounce the word it's based off. But if it's not, then I would just say either or. And I myself literally flip-flop between which one I say. I always said Medicham, but recently I end up saying Medicham a lot as well. But yeah, that's just the thing about Pokemon names. Anyway, let's get back into this. I'm very distracted right now. As expected, haha. Oh? What? You don't actually think this matters, do you? Hello? Don't be foolish. Just because we act as if we're stupid doesn't mean we are. Wait, what the fuck? This man just 180'd on me. He was acting like an idiot, but he's not. But I like that ignorance of yours. Keep believing that we're stupid if you'd like. After all, it only benefits us. Hahaha. I mean, if true, then yeah, I guess it would. It's kind of just scaring me. You know about it, don't you? You know, Archer's plan. Oh, fuck. I mean, yeah, he would know about that. And I do know about it. Haha, I thought as much. It would be like him to brag to you about such things after your pointless victory. Yet, of course, you know nothing at all. You've realized it, haven't you? Realized what? Let's just see what he's saying, because I don't know what he means. You've realized it, haven't you? I'm sure you've been keeping your eyes open for us since you've arrived here. After all, this region was the origin of Team Rocket, that's true. I'm sure when you saw me, you were finally onto something. Well, I'm afraid not. You won't find anyone here but me, I'm afraid. Oh, I think I see what he means. I think he means I've been keeping an eye out because obviously Archer said he was going, obviously the whole thing of Archer was he was going to a different region. And I'm guessing what he's saying is I would have been looking out because I don't know, it could be Kanto for all I know. And he's saying, you know, I'm sure that you've been, yes, I get it. He's been saying, I'm sure you've been keeping your eye open for us since getting here in case he was talking about Kanto. But in reality, then when I, you know, heard about this Team Rocket thing and saw him here, then I thought I was onto something like, oh shit, it's Kanto that Archie was talking about, but really I was wrong. And, or, you know what I mean? That's not true. That's not true. It's not Kanto. Okay, so it's not Kanto. Archie isn't here. What a shame, huh? Too bad. But it's okay. You have me here now, right? All you have to do is interrogate me to find the answer you so desire. Well, does he know? He would know, right? Like what's happening, like where they were going, I would assume. Or do they? I don't know if he would. A good idea for sure, but misguided. Wow, I'm sorry to break it to you, but I know no more than you. He doesn't know. Yeah, I mean, did I know that? I don't think I did. I don't think I knew that. Outside of those already stationed there, only Archer and his direct admins have ever known. I see. That does make a lot of sense. So only Archer and the admins ever knew. I don't even know if they knew of the plan, but only knew. Well, I would assume they know of some kind of plan, but they didn't know where they were going. The only people who knew was Archer and his admins, which would make sense, right? Because just in case, because Team Rocket was still operating in some areas, and you wouldn't want to risk, I suppose, a regular grunt being interrogated, caught, and they end up spilling the plan, because then the whole thing is fucked. Like, it wouldn't be an issue if a grunt was caught or whatever, and they ended up admitting when interrogated, oh, Archer has some kind of plan in store. Because it's Team Rocket, dude. Like, literally like the Mafia, they're evil. Of course there's a plan. There's always going to be a plan. What do you think, they're fucking idling around doing nothing? So that wouldn't be an issue. But if you told them specifics of like where you were targeting, then they could blabber about that, and then your whole thing is fucked. So only the people who were ever actually sent there, because I think Archer mentioned about that there were some grunts who have already been like slowly trickled out to be stationed there ready. They obviously know because they're there and they were sent there, but your average Team Rocket person doesn't know. Well, this is interesting that, because I was talking about different sort of story threads that were going on here that we're slowly piecing together and learning more about. This technically is another one. I just didn't expect to learn anything more about it yet, but technically we are hearing some more, you know, little bits about it and stuff. That's really interesting. Anyway, the rest will of course be transported without knowing where their destination lies. Archer has always been meticulous, I'm afraid. He of course foresaw the very real possibility of interrogation, so there it is. He was worried that if he told everyone, there's a possibility of it leaking out, basically, which I think is a valid worry to have if you're planning something on that scale. We are all loyal enough to go along with his plan despite not knowing where we could be going, but why take the risk? Yeah, that's the point. It's just an unnecessary risk. If they're so loyal they'll go with you anywhere, and you know that, then it's fine. You don't have to tell them. So this is a dead end. Such a shame. It's basically, okay, this guy was, you know, they're putting on a front that they're stupid, but at the very least, this guy is clearly not an idiot. And literally all he's doing right now is just rubbing it in my face of like, oh, you thought you were onto something? Well, you're not, you fucking idiot. That is literally all he's doing. It's crazy. I've served my purpose. All I had to do was be deployed here to mess with this region's power system. Right, that's what he did. He came here and he disrupted the power. After all, Kanto is the one region close enough to Johto to have caused an issue. We couldn't risk reinforcements arriving from Kanto before we were even done. My job is already complete. I see. Was that the intention? I don't think so. I don't think normally that's the thing, but this makes so much sense. If you are doing something in Johto, right? Like he was doing the radio tower thing, he doesn't want to, and by he I mean Archer, obviously is thinking about how to conduct this. And obviously he doesn't want to risk things coming from Kanto, reinforcements coming to help from Kanto. Because Kanto is right there. It's the neighboring region is right there. It's probably the one region close enough to where if they had like the right resources and setup, they could get there super fast. Obviously, Archie doesn't want to risk that because if full-on Kanto reinforcements arrived, he might have been fucked. So this guy was sent out here in advance to, I'm presuming, just before the whole radio tower thing, come out here, fuck with the power, like steal whatever it is, mess up the generator and leave Kanto without power, which obviously, if you imagine you had a power cut nationwide in any country, will fuck them up. A good example, actually, I believe it was this year, even though it feels a long time ago, I believe it was in the summer in the Iberian Peninsula as a whole, or maybe just Portugal, but I feel like it was Portugal and Spain. They had like a mass power outage and it fucked everything up. It was terrible. So just like that, that would cause massive disruptions and keep them from being able to intervene. So I see, this makes a lot of sense. And I'm pretty sure, unless I'm forgetting, again, like I'm just making that clear that I'm not 100% sure. I don't think that this is the case normally in the games. I think the guy is literally just here to like fuck with stuff and that's it. I don't think there's any intention to do with like Team Rocket's overall goals or Archer or something. Whereas this makes a lot more sense because this directly is for the plan that they had. And as you said, like, yeah, the reason he's saying it doesn't matter, he doesn't care because A, he can't tell me anything even if I wanted him to, and B, his job is already done. The whole thing is complete. He did what he had to do and he succeeded. Even if I get the power back now, which I will, presumably, it doesn't matter to him. Yeah, I helped the region overall, but it's not going to be of benefit in this specific thing. Since then, I've simply been tasked with wasting time. Most valuably, the time of people as important and possibly intrusive as you. He really, really is just rubbing it in my face, man. Like, I mean, he's done a good job. I can't even fault the guy. As much as he's shitting on me and like putting it in my face, he's done a good job. He came here, he did the job he needed to on time. And now his task was, once you've done that, just waste the time of people that you can, presumably police, important trainers, whoever you can. Fuck with people as long as you can, even though you've already done what you needed to with your, you know, the part of the machine. Just waste people's time trying to catch you and stuff. And then I have now caught him finally, but he is also just kind of wasting my time. It's going quite well, I'd say. Oh my god, this guy's such a smug little ass, bro. Oh my fucking god. While not in my original purposes, I've also served as the eyes for someone else too. A ghost of 5 years past. What kind of cryptic... What? Okay. I've just been sat here for like a few minutes just pondering, thinking. Because again, we're being told lots of information since we got to Kanto. And things are starting to come together. There's lots of threads. I'm sure some of them are going to converge in a line. But 5 years, I just was thinking, I was like, 5 years? 5 years? I swear to God I heard about 5 years. The Pallet Town thing, I swear to God, they said specifically this Pallet Town incident or whatever that occurred, in which we now know, we don't know much still, but what I do know is that at the very least, Blue's sister Daisy and Red's mother died. That's all I know for sure. Whatever this Pallet Town incident was, happened 5 years ago. That, I can't remember who said that. Who did say that? Was it Sabrina? Or was it Fuji? Someone, I swear to God, said that. And now we hear 5 years ago again now. And what did he specifically said? I'm now serving as the eyes for someone else too. A ghost of 5 years past. This is too cryptic for me to understand right now, at the very least. But I'm just trying to think what could possibly be happening here. This says to me almost like someone died 5 years ago, didn't actually die, and now he's serving as like them in the shadows. He's saying, I serve as the eyes for the ghosts of 5 years past. So someone died but didn't really die 5 years ago, and because they were supposed to have died, they can't show themselves. So he's serving as their eyes. He reports to them, and he is like their eyes in the region. Maybe that's, again, there's not enough information here yet, but that's the best I can sort of put together. Maybe I just, there's no way for me to know yet who he's talking about, why, what. Like, I'm lacking information. I like it though. I do like it because, again, lots of mysteries going on here, and I do love having all these mysteries and slowly threading everything together. It's very, very interesting. I like this a lot. So he is serving someone else, and that's the other thing. So he's obviously Team Rocket, and he's been doing his whole thing for Archer. He's saying he's also done this too, so he is also operating under someone or something else as well. We just don't know what yet, and he serves as the eyes for someone else. Interesting. Well, there's only so much I can speculate on right now because I don't have enough information, but this is extremely interesting. I've done what I've needed to. You need not save me now. Okay, so I was just thinking about that too, because the whole Archer thing, I can understand. He's done what he needed to with the power plant, right? When it comes to that and Archer's whole thing, he's done. Like, he's done with that whole thing. He's just here to waste time. But then I was thinking, okay, he's also supposed to apparently be operating under someone or something else. And now he's saying, surely there would be a disadvantage or an issue with him being caught by me in the end. But now he's saying as well, he's being non-specific. He's not telling me what he's done. He's not telling me anything about this. But he's saying he's already done what he's needed to for that too. So he doesn't need saving now. He's served all of his purposes. He's done everything he needed to do. So he doesn't care. He doesn't care anymore. He knows he's going to get caught one day, and he's done everything he needed. So he's like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. Kind of crazy, but then also you can imagine this as more of like, if you imagine this more as like a cult of sorts, of course not exactly, but you know what I mean. It is very easy for people to get wrapped up in this and value their life less as a result, as they just see their life as part of that cause rather than its own thing. It's somewhat like that, and so he doesn't care if it's over for him. He's done what he's needed to, or what he considers to be the greater cause. The part you need for the power plant, it's in the gym we met in. It's hidden there. You can return the power. It matters not now. Again, that is true. Like, if we can return the power now, then that's great, but it doesn't bother him. He's hidden it there all this time because he needed to, hide it somewhere away so that it couldn't be found. I wouldn't imagine people would search underneath something in a water gym, of all places. It's all out of our mere hands. Do as you wish. What? Oh. This is different. What's going on here? We can't thank you enough, Champion of Johto. You serve not only your own people when needed, but even ours too. He's a member of Team Rocket, I assume. We'll take him in for interrogation now. Well, you can do that if you want, but it's sounding like that's going to be a fruitless endeavor. We're unsure of why Team Rocket could be resurfacing here, but after the events of 5 years ago again, we take this more seriously than ever, especially with the gym challenge going on and being broadcast currently. We'll allow no risk to our citizens. So they've tightened up security, I suppose, after whatever happened. And as he says, if you have that gym challenge thing going on, they can't take any risks. This is being heavily televised to presumably millions like Johto. They can't have any risks of people fucking things up. Obviously, when things got interrupted and fucked up and taken over by Team Rocket during the Johto one, I managed to step in quickly. Maybe not technically quick enough because they still got their message out there. They still did what they needed to do. But still, I did apprehend quick enough to sort things out. But obviously, Kanto primarily do not want something disrupting this event because this is going to be huge for them. We're taking you to the station now. You can plead your case there. I don't even think he's going to bother. Do as you wish. Bro. Oh, it's the Team Rocket guy. Champion. The cogs of fate are already turning. There are many things moving together simultaneously. No chance of stopping now. That's the impression that I'm getting. Very ominously worded towards me. Kind of freaky, but like, yeah, like I'm learning about all these different things and things are coming together, but it does feel like the cogs are already moving. There's stuff that's happened that I don't know about. Things are happening in the underground. He's even telling me cryptic shit about him working for something else and they're still going on, and there's lots of stuff happening, and it does feel that way, like that is some stuff stirring up still, like things are gonna come, you know, to a climax at some point. Many such things you don't know. That's true. It's a long and arduous path you've chosen to walk down. Best to be careful not to let those cogs crush you under the weight of the fate you now possess. Damn. Hehehe, haha. Oh. You, stop your inane rambling. Do not speak to someone of authority with such disregard. I apologize, champion. I'm taking him away now. Stay safe and report anything else if you come across anyone else suspicious. This is fucking... Okay, you know what? Let me save this for after, in case there's more. Oh, he's just taking him away now. Okay. This... Oh. 5 years ago, huh? Okay. Okay, wait. Okay. So even in game, I'm thinking about 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, because makes sense. You know, I'll be thinking this way. I keep hearing this. 5 years this, 5 years that, 5 years, huh? That's what I keep thinking. What I wanted to say was that was cool as fuck. Way, way better than normal. Way, way better. Maybe you're tired of hearing me glaze this over the regular game. I'm not done glazing yet, and I will not be zipping it up when I'm done. I'm just saying that whole interaction was actually unexpectedly really cool. I didn't know what to expect from this, of all things, but that was way, way beyond my expectations. The event was set up way better with everything I said about the power plant. And then in terms of execution, also leagues better. This was amazing. Team Rocket guy was, you know, acting like an idiot, like Team Rocket people. But then really, the guy was most definitely not an idiot and was actually really smart and knows, you know, a lot more than he was letting on at first. The whole conversation itself was super interesting. We got some, you know, slight information drops about things. And then also, one more thing that was super cool. When we were in the power plant, they were saying they're going to, you know, radio in the squadron who's close to Cerulean to be on the lookout because, you know, the guy's been sighted, so they're looking for the guy. So then, when I finally get up to him and capture him, the police actually come to take him away. Normally that never happens. Normally the guy just leaves, right? Yeah. Normally the guy just runs off to go home. Well, you shouldn't let him go home, because even if he's not going to do anything crazy, you've told him, oh, the plan is off, Archer's been defeated or whatever, the guy's still a criminal. And you just let him run away like it's nothing. Seeing the police actually come up and take him away after all of that, so much better of an ending. The way the guy was talking was very cool. It was all very ominous and like kind of scary, but in the best possible way. That's, oh my god. It's difficult to word it in the exact way that I want to, but the way he spoke to me was great. It really like helped to set up the ominous vibe of what he was saying about, which I then said about, of the fact that clearly there's things going on here, there's things at work here that are big and I don't understand and I don't know about, and things underground are stirring up. I get that impression. There's lots of mentions of 5 years ago. We've had other brief things. We've had mention of the ashes from Candace. We've had everything with Usain. We've had all these other things going on and building up, and I do get that feeling too. And the way he spoke to me and the vibe of everything really like fit with that. I don't know. It's just the fact that like I didn't know that there was going to really be anything there, but that whole thing was super cool and I really liked it. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, enough glazing. Let me get my encounter here on Route 24. I want the grass encounter. It is Totodile. I don't have a Totodile, I don't think, or any member of this line. So let me catch it. I mean, you know, do I need a Totodile? Of course not. I don't need any water type, quite frankly. But Feraligatr is a good Pokemon. If I needed to add a water type, it would be another good option. Also, shout out to Quick Balls. If I can ever be bothered, I will be going back to get more. It's so annoying. It's interesting because if my assumptions are correct, you know, I've been playing ZA and I'm, like, to be clear, I know I've been mentioning ZA a lot recently. I'm not going to go on about the same thing. I know I need to finish the game. I obviously picked Chikorita in my playthrough because I've never given Meganium, Chikorita, whatever, a chance because they're not very good. So I picked Chikorita hoping to gain some kind of love for Bayleaf, Meganium, whatever for the first time. My assumption is that the starters probably have Megas, right? They've got to, because it's either that or Collision forms, and considering the game, it's gotta be Megas that they have. It literally has to be. So there probably is a Mega Feraligatr in existence. And the idea of that is super fucking cool. And it annoys me so much that it's been months and I still don't know. Well, for sure, for a start, I don't know for sure that it exists. But secondly, it probably does. And I don't know what it looks like. I don't know anything about it. Very annoying. I don't like it. And I want to see, if a Mega Feraligatr exists, I want to see one. How did I miss that? I die. I might actually lose I might lose my grass type. If I get crit any time, any singular time before this Magma Storm wears off, I lose Cosmos. And I cannot lose this Pokemon right now. This is a fucking Drought Empoleon. Okay, this isn't going to do as much, but I also can't. I need to be at full in case it hits me, so I need to heal anyway. This is a Drought Empoleon with Magma Storm, and I miss a Leaf Blade. So that also means this fucking Empoleon is holding Bright Powder, because I can't miss a Leaf Blade, and he has Drought. So that means it is the item. This is a Bright Powder Empoleon. Insanity. Bright Powder does barely anything. Okay, I was finally freed. Yeah, Bright Powder does like nothing. It gives you a slight accuracy thing, of course, but like, it's not anything crazy. It really isn't. So to immediately miss an 100% accurate move first turn from Bright Powder is already absurd. And then it lands Magma Storm. It's comical, bro. It's comical. I'm just glad that I didn't get crit, basically. No way, bro. Yeah, in the end, I'm just glad I didn't get crit, because if I lost Cosmos right here to an Empoleon because of all of that, you wouldn't have seen me be very happy. Let me put it that way. Cacturn, I can kill you. What was I don't know if I was saying something before. It's been too long. I mean, obviously I had to read through all that stuff. And that's what's on my mind now. Now I can't think about Focus Sash. Can you imagine if it counters me? Psychic. Everything has something super effective for me right now, which I'm not a big fan of. T-Tar, do I risk staying in on a T-Tar? I'm going to stay on a T-Tar, and then I'm going to swap. It's intimidated me too, so hell no. Let me go to Heal. No, it's part dark. Let me go to Roxy. I probably could have stayed on a double edge, but I was more so expecting like Stone Edge. How much can I do it for Brine? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a two-shot anyway. Oh, I remember one thing I was going to say about. So, when I was talking about things before I got my encounter, I was listing off different story things that have been coming up and building up over time, right? Especially since Kanto. I feel like things have really like ramped up since I got to Kanto. How do I get there? If I need cut, I'm going to be very annoyed. No, I don't. Okay. So yes, things have been ramping up since Kanto. One of the things I mentioned because I was trying to think about things. And now it just hit me because it's something that I'd like forgotten about almost. But now I've remembered and I've gone, oh shit, wait, that's a thing. And the thing in question is Ucine. I was just talking about the different things, and one of the things I mentioned was Ucine. I'm here. I was talking about Ucine all those episodes back when we were making it to Fuchsia, because we saw him there and he was saying, you know, this very ominous stuff about, hey, Suicune, and how, okay, I think I've been chosen by Suicune now, essentially, and you've lost. Even though it was a one-way thing anyway, as I've explained before. He wanted Suicune. Suicune was interested in me, but that's not my fault and nothing to do with me. But either way, he's basically gone, yeah, in the end, Suicune's going to choose me. I figured some stuff out. I'm going north to Suicune's domain or whatever, and basically just saying I'm going to capture it there. And so I was saying, obviously at the time, oh, okay, it seems like, even though normally, which I hate, Ucine comes up here, and he loses in a sense because he wants Suicune. He loves Suicune. And annoyingly, normally in this game, you only battle him once at Signwood like we do. And then you speak to him a little bit. He loves Suicune still, as I said. But then it finally comes to a head here. If you interact with all the different Suicune events, then Suicune will be up where we're going at the Cape or whatever near Cerulean. There, Suicune waits, and then you can capture it. And I even think Yucine is either there or he appears after. I get it. I think maybe the intention is supposed to just be that he admires Suicune, but I still don't like it. You know what? Let me get my encounter real quick, and I'll finish explaining after. Oh, Plat. Oh, is it? Oh, a female Flareon. That's rare. I was just talking about how rare that is. I would capture you, but like, again, it's the same thing. I think I spoke about this recently. I don't like just using a Pokemon for a second time. It feels a bit wrong. Like, we already have Plat. What, I'm meant to get attached to just a new Flareon? I'm gonna do dupes. Even though Flareon's good and it's a female one. Are we doing this again? What is it this time? Oh my god. I love Rayquaza, bro. I really want this. I can't capture it though. Whereas I know it's only level 10, but like, I can't do any damage to it. I don't even think, did False Swipe even exist back in Gen 4? I can't remember. Bro, I hate Kanto levels. I hate Kanto levels. I hate Kanto levels. Have I said enough how much I hate Kanto levels? I'm going to try it. Look, I don't care. I should have thrown a quick ball. I'm going to try it. I'm sorry. Normally, I would probably just give up. I really love this Pokemon too much, bro. I do. I want you to know, this is my 7th ball. It's not been shaking at all. But watch this. I'm not, there's no way, bro. There's no way. Even at level 10 and paralyzed, with no damage done to it, I think that's the real multiplier for getting that catch rate up. It's not happening, bro. There's no way. I mean, the level matters too, but it's just not enough, bro. I can't damage this thing. Yeah, it's over. I'll not speed up for these last 2 balls. It's not shaking. Because essentially the way it works is you need to make it shake 4 times to capture. Because it's also got to shake 3 times, but then the 4th one is also a check. So like, yeah, there's no way. If I can only get 2, there's no way I suddenly get 4 essentially on the last ball. Can you imagine though? Not even a shake. Yo, maybe the Premier Ball? Can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine? No, it's impossible. Well, I've gone and wasted a fuck ton of money and got all of my balls back, but I don't think... I checked the thing and it doesn't look like there'll be another encounter. Is this a forced double battle? I think that should be fine. There isn't another encounter as far as I can tell, so it's not... Oh, okay, well... Goodbye, Tom. No. No. Actually, let me Thunderbolt, Float Sword, and Protect. I don't care if Ludicolo wants to grasp me, but it's level, what, 40? 49? I don't care. I'm 20 levels above. I do want to bait out if it's going to try and water move Ton. If it's going to use a special water move on Ton, I'm definitely switching. I have Storm Drain. I have Storm Drain. Let me Protect and Blaze Kick the Beautifly. What's this? So I Protect from the Leaf Storm. Draco. And of course, you go for me as well when I'm not protecting. How much does this do? It's non-stab though, so... yeah, that's fine. And it's from a Beautifly of all things. Ludicolo, Leaf Storm, Protect, that's fine. Blaze Kick should kill. Anyway, as I was trying to say before, I just wanted to like do my encounter quick and then finish what I was saying. Didn't expect it to be a fucking Rayquaza. Yucine, I was talking about him, as I said, down by there because he was saying about coming north. Oh, okay. Oh, that did nothing. I kept getting distracted in that fucking battle because there was too much going on, so I gave up. That's why I don't keep talking about things as I do an important trainer battle, because they're double battles and there's just too much going on and I can't concentrate. Yucine, when I was down near Fuchsia, we were talking about it because he came up, he was speaking ominously, he was saying he was chosen, whatever, blah, 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 and then he left, like laughing maniacally and being all weird and ominous. Back then, I was saying, okay, oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so Yucine, now I'm not distracted. He was, as I said, kind of sad in the original games, right? Didn't like him because he was meant to be all about Suicune, but then you end up catching Suicune, not him, and doesn't seem to be that mad about it from what I remember. But then this time, it's obviously totally different, and he is effectively battling me for it. He really wants Suicune, and he's not just going to let me have it, or let me just be chosen by it. He wants to prove himself, and he wants to be the one chosen by Suicune, which is what I would expect and what I wanted. And that's how he is in this game. But then I was saying about, I'm not going to know for a while. And this is obviously not going to be for a while because you don't see Suicune until up here. However, I'm not cutting that for that item. However, oh, and he fouls you. Okay, yeah. I was saying it's not going to be for a while because it's not till I'm up north up here. But this is where Suicune normally is. So if he's correct and he is going to be picked by Suicune, it's going to be up here. And presumably, I'm going to have to face him or something. And the point I was trying to get toward from the beginning is that because it was so far away and I still had Janine to do, so I had Erica to do, didn't know at the time, but also faced Jasmine too. Oh, Roxy's level 70, that's a big milestone. I'm probably not going to learn any more moves, but it's still cool to have Roxy at 70. All the way from level 5, by the way. Victory Bell, let me switch. So I'd put it to the back of my mind because there was so much more to do and so much more coming and whatever else. And then I completely forgot about it because I put it to the back of my mind. And then I suddenly realized when I'd mentioned Usain, oh, I'm literally here. I'm on my way right now after this bridge to go up to the Cape where Suicune normally is. So if Usain is going to be up here, it will probably be here. I say probably because, you know, if this event has changed that much, then it could be anywhere. I don't know. I'm just saying that it doesn't necessarily 100% mean he's here, but most likely he's here is what it means. And yeah, we're here. I still come up here because obviously you have to for the whole Misty thing. Although, do I have to go give the power plant thing back first? I feel like I do. So I should probably run along and do that now. Because I just realized I think I need to do that first and I'm an idiot. Isn't it? Is it here? Oh, there we go. Part for machine part. Let me go and deliver this real quick. I'm glad I remembered this because I have a feeling that you actually need to do this first as a prerequisite flag to get Misty to be there. Since in the gym, you're going to do this whole thing first. I think that's the case. So good thing that I remembered to do this. Otherwise, I would have been very confused when I got up there. I'm assuming I just give it back to this guy. Oh, yeah, the thing you have. Is that the part that was stolen? You found it. Thank you so much. Now all I have to do is attach this part here. Whoa. Wait, he's saying that. I was making that noise a joke, but he was saying it. Yes, it's running. Whoa. Wow. Thanks. Here, go ahead and take this TM. I think this is normally charge beam or something. Oh, it's not fundable. No, it's 27. I think it's charge beam. Oh, zap cannon. Oh, sometimes very special attack. So it is charge beam, but it's actually zap cannon is why he's saying that in this game, right? 57 zap cannon. That's good. I mean, I can sell it. Because the only thing it would be good on is a no guard Pokemon, but I mean, I've never had one so far, so who's to say I'll ever get that? The encounter rate is beyond obnoxious, but I would much rather keep doing this every time I have to. Look how fucking ridiculous this is, bro. But I would rather do this than have to put Fly on a Pokemon on my team. With, you know, how the battles are, I cannot be giving up fucking moveset slots for Fly and shit. Just not happening. I did always used to use Flug for that, for a lot of HMs like Fly. But at the same time, I also can't just, you know, carry Flug around with me everywhere because I need my team, you know? Just one of those unfortunate old Pokemon things that was especially prevalent back in Gen 4. Gen 4 has a real big problem with HMs. You know, Gen 4 is when we got Defog and fucking Rock Climb as HMs and stuff. They suck. They were pointless. Doesn't make sense that you can't remove the move. The fact that you need them for terrain, I can accept that. Where am I going? I can accept that much. Yeah, the terrain thing, fair enough. People argue about difficulty factor. I don't think it's difficulty. I don't think that's difficulty. How is that difficulty? That's the most contrived idea of difficulty ever. If anything, it's just an annoying inconvenience. But it doesn't add difficulty. Unless you're trying to argue difficulty by ruining your movesets, I still don't really see that as difficulty. I just see it as an annoying inconvenience. The problem I have is the fact that yes, it needs to ruin my moveset. And also the fact that with no explanation, these moves also cannot be removed from your moveset. That's never explained, but for whatever reason, you can't. Like, you can't get rid of them. So it's annoying, it's a pain, I hate it. Anyway, let's go see. So Misty, all of this talk about preparing Cosmos, giving Cosmos the EVs, all of this stuff, and it's not even Misty. It doesn't matter. Cosmos is still good, and I don't even have many grass types. As far as I'm aware, literally all I have if I lost Cosmos would be a Cacnea and a Wormadam. It was still a good investment, I'm just saying, I worried all this time, Misty this, Misty that. Let me, you know, have Cosmos for Misty. Misty's not even here. She's been replaced by... Oh! Oh! Yeah, I didn't even think about this. This is Candace's brother in this game, which is something I really liked, by the way. Then I just realized, yeah, she said about going and watching his gym matches. So I knew he was a gym leader, I just forgot about it. And he's in place of Misty. So there's Misty and there's Surge. And one of them is actually in the Elite Four. And one of them is retired. And I guess I'm not going to know, probably, which one is which until the league. I wonder which one it is. That's cool. But yeah, it's Forden's a gym leader. What does he have? Is it steel types or something? Is he a steel type trainer? Or is that like just an idea I have in my head? I don't know. But also, yeah, Suicune's not here. This is still Route 25, right? Yeah. That, I mean, I've just been thinking about Misty, like, what the fuck? That actually scared me. Like, I just felt my heart, like, skip a beat, kind of. What the fuck? That actually scared me. What is this? Why am I getting text? This is Bill's house, right? Like, I think, who's in it? Just Bill's grandpa. Is it just Grill? Bill's granddad? Something like that? I don't know. What's going on? A strange feeling washes over you. It feels as though space nearby is warping slightly. Proceed with caution. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck?